Everybody stand up. We're going to take our arms, feet together, and slowly inhale over your head. Oh, stretch it out. Stretch those arms, reach the sky, get on those toes, and then exhale. Do one more. Inhale. We're drawing down that diaphragm, bringing oxygen to our muscles, and stretch those arms over your head, and then exhale. One more. We're bringing that oxygen to those muscles, into that brain. Inhale. Exhale. Now we have more oxygen and blood flow to our brain. Let's loosen up our hips. We're going to twist to the left and the right. Look what I'm doing with my feet. I'm just twisting those feet to the side and really pivoting that knee and pivoting that hip. We're lubricating those joints, those hip joints, shoulder joints, lower back. Just keep going back and forth, side to side. Now we're going to get those shoulders loosened up. We're going to go right arm over our head and our left hand underneath. You feel the stretch in your obliques and your latissimus dorsi, other side. Remember to breathe. Remember in yoga we're focusing on being present. Okay, let's go to the other side. Do you feel the stretch in those obliques? Do you feel a stretch in your hip? Let's go to the other side. I think that was 2. I like to try to do things in sets of 3. And then one more. Over your head. Lean and just push that hip out. What if you push that hip out? Can you feel that stretch? Other side. This will be 3. And just push that hip out. All right, now we're going to take our hands and we're going to go over our head. And we're going to do a pencil. Point your fingers to the sky and lean to the right. Lean to the right and just feel that stretch again in your upper back. And then we're going to lean to the left. Okay, I know I said I like to do things in sets of 3, but we've done a lot of upper body work. We're going to inhale. Exhale. So we're going to slowly roll through our spine. Slowly roll through our spine and go into downward dog. In downward dog, I'm going to take my shoes off because my feet are slipping. They're still slipping. I like to walk my feet back and forth by bending my knees. And I really feel that stretch in my hamstrings. Or you can just hold it. If you're good enough, you can get your heels to touch the ground. I can't. Ouchie. It's a little early in the morning, so I'm not that flexible. Okay, now we're going to go down and hold a plank. Just hold a plank. Your shoulders are over your wrists. And just hold it. Now we're going to go halfway down and then up into cobra. And bring that chin to the sky. Look up to the sky. Feel that stretch in your abs and your chest and your hip flexors. Now, for those of us who have tight hips, we're going to sit back into child's pose. It's early in the morning, so my flexibility is not where it is, but full child's pose will look really like this. But I'm not there yet, so sometimes I might bounce a little, get my body there. Sit in that child's pose. Sit back on those heels. Just hold the child's pose. Now we're going to thread the needle. Take your right arm, go underneath your left arm. Look towards your left, look towards your left. Just feel that stretch in your right shoulder. We're still getting those hips. You can sit back. Now we're going to come back up and thread the needle to the left. Look to your right. Look to your right. Put your left arm underneath. And just feel that stretch in your left shoulders. Okay, now we're going to sit up and we're going to do pigeon. Bring your right leg in front and bring your left leg back. Now, some of you are very flexible. You could really sit back on that hip. Again, it's early in the morning. I've got hip dysplasia. I've got tightness in my hips. I've got arthritis. It's like I'm a Labrador, you know what I mean? Like a hip dysplasia. But we're just sitting back and getting that stretch in that right hip. So your right leg is just slid in front of you. Some of you really have it nice over there. Really well done, but your right leg is just kind of in front of your body. And we're feeling the stretch in our left hip and then also in our right hip joint. Sometimes I like to rock a little bit and feel that stretch. Now we're going to switch and we're going to go to the left side since we're here. We've been going for about 6 minutes. So just, my left one has a little more flexibility so I can bring that right leg back. Any surfers out there, soccer players, football players, cross-country runners? This is great for the IT band. It stretches out the iliotibial band, goes from your hip down to your knee. It's very common for this muscle to get tight in runners. For me, surfing, soccer players, football players. Okay, we're going to do a pose that's a little bit harder, but we're going to rock back to downward dog. We're always going to come back here. Now we're going to step our left leg forward and point our right toe out. I like this pose because it gets my hips. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot. So your left foot is facing forward, your right toe is pointing out, so it's like a 90-degree angle. And bring your right hand to the sky with your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Whoop, I'm losing that balance. And look up towards the sky. You're going to feel it in the back of your left hamstring. You can just sit back on a little bit. And after a few seconds, we're going to then get the stretch in our right hip. Is everybody there? Good. You've got to focus on that balance. You have to be present when you're doing yoga. Now bring your right hand down. Pivot your right toe forward. So now both your left and your right toe are pointing forward. Now bring your left hand to the sky. Look up your left hand. Now you can feel the stretch in your you feel it in your left hip. Feeling that left hip. Good. Just so for the tens and tens of people watching this, we've got about 60 students in class all doing these poses nicely. Okay, now we're going to come back down and let's step our left leg back. And I'm going to face the opposite direction so you can see it. Left leg back, right leg forward. Again, I've got hip problems, so I'm doing my best to stretch. Right hand on the inside of your right leg, left hand to the sky. So your left foot is pointing away from you, your right foot is facing forward. If you can get that right hand on the inside of your right foot, left hand to the sky, look up your left hand, feel that stretch in the back of your upper right leg, which is your right hamstring. I can feel it. It's a little chilly in the gym this morning, but I can feel it. Now we're going to get the stretch in our right hip. Bring that left hand down, point both toes forward, bring your right hand to the sky. Woo. I feel this in my right hip now. Just hold that pose. Woo! I am tight there and I feel it. Now, since we're already in this position, let's just get our legs apart and do like a standing straddle. Get our arms out to the side. Take a deep breath. Let's take a breath. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to hang it down. I used to do this all the time when I'd come back from running. We've been going for about 10 minutes. We're going to wrap it up soon. Walk towards your left toe. Hold it for a few seconds. Walk towards your right toe. Hold it for a few seconds. And since I said 10 minutes, let's walk our feet together. We're going to finish with 3 breaths and 3 cactus arms. Inhale. Cactus arms, stretch out that chest. That's 1. Inhale. Cactus arms, that's 2. And the last one, we're going to get our hands in a different position. Inhale. Bring your hands together. Just slowly stretch out those triceps. Bring it in. And good job. Round of applause. All right. Now we're going to do some just dance.